Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, host of Intellect, guys, and this is the Vivo S1 Pro, the newly launched phone which has been launched just now in India, and it has come at a price point of around 20,000 rupees, and it comes with some very interesting features. This is a successor to the Vivo S1. This is the Pro which comes with some improvements over the S1. In this video, we are going to give you a quick unboxing, features overview, and give you a quick camera test as well. So this is how the box looks like. S1 Pro branding. As you can see, it comes with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of internal storage. Vivo branding on the box, a large S branding here, Vivo IPL title sponsor branding. It comes with a quad camera setup at the rear with 48 megapixel being the primary sensor. There is a 32 megapixel front facing camera, in-display fingerprint scanning, and 18-watt fast charger. So these are the key highlights mentioned on the box. Opening the box, the first thing you get is this paper box, which has the charging cable, the SIM removal tool, a user guide, and here you have the soft silicon back case. So let me keep this aside. Getting further in the box, we have the phone, and let me just take it out of this plastic wrapping. And this is the Vivo S1 Pro with the signature, the squarish back, which houses the 4-camera system. Looks quite good. The design is nice, and this pearl white color is also looking very upmarket. There is Vivo branding here, designed by Vivo, and here the branding says AI quad camera. And this is the front. The front facing camera is a water drop sort of notch here, or a U-shaped notch, and there's a pre-applied screen protector already present on the phone while I took it out of the box. I'll let it boot and I'll show you what more is in the box. So here are some stickers, and here you have got an 18-watt dual channel fast charger included, and a set of wired earphones, and these are 3.5 mm ear pod style earphones which are included. Let me get rid of everything and get back to the phone. Coming back, you can see that this is almost all display at front. There is a slightly noticeable chin at the bottom, but the top and the side bezels are fairly slim, and there is this 32 megapixel front facing camera. It comes with Fun Touch OS, and on the right hand side of the phone you can see the power or wake up key, which is accented in this red accent, which looks nice, and you have this volume rocker just on top of it. On this side is the SIM card tray. On top is a 3.5 mm audio jack, secondary mic hole, and on the bottom is the Type-C fast charging port, speaker grill, and the primary microphone. The rear gets 4-camera system, out of which the primary camera is 48 megapixel. Then there is an 8 megapixel ultra wide. You got a dedicated 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. There is an LED flash here as well. The front cam is 32 megapixel, and there is a speaker grill above the front facing camera. Let me quickly set this phone up and get back with more details. And we are back after a quick and easy setup of this phone. It was fairly quick to set this up. And one thing I noticed as soon as I got to the home screen was the colors were not looking very punchy. So I went to the display setting, and here you have the screen color settings. By default, it is on standard mode, which may look slightly dull if you're coming from a Super AMOLED phone or an AMOLED display. So you can change it to the bright mode or the normal mode. You can see this image. The color definition is changing. So you can also change the color temperature to your liking. I like it slightly warmer, which is why I just changed it out of the box. I did feel that the display was a bit out of place, as I'm using an AMOLED display phone already, and I am used to watching pop out colors. So the display here does a good job, and the screen feels quite responsive. It is with Fun Touch OS based on Android 9. And the first thing I'm going to test for you is the cameras. We have got a few subjects here. So let me click a few pictures, and I'll also show you some of the modes. So let's try clicking a few shots here. And you can click on this lens icon and you can choose the ultra wide, which expands the field of view quite a bit. And then you can choose super macro, in which you can go really close to some objects like this. And then you have bokeh. While the bokeh may require a face or something, this may not be the ideal condition to test the bokeh. But let's just take a random shot and see how the bokeh processes the images. Apart from that, if you go into more, you can see that there is a AI 48 megapixels. So by default, it is not on 48 megapixel. It is using pixel binning. Then there is panorama, slow motion, pro mode, and the pro mode gives you control of EV, or which is exposure, ISO, shutter speed, white balance, and the focus as well, which is cool. So you have a good level of control here, and you can change the zoom in level, zoom out levels here as well. So going out of the this pro mode, and if I show you the 48 megapixel mode, it will take more pixels, just like we have seen with the cameras of the Redmi Note 8 Pro and some other phones which have 48 megapixel mode. And the front camera is 32 megapixel. So let me take a selfie as well. And by default it is taking it in portrait. This is without portrait. So let's check out how the pictures have come out. So let's start with the initial one. So this is the first picture that we have taken in the automatic mode, and you can see the clarity in the image and the color production, etc. It looks quite impressive. Then we have this normal shot. Here you can see that the detailing in the image is quite crisp and sharp. This is the ultra wide, which has a lot more information. If you compare it with this shot and you look at this one, there are a lot of extra information in this shot. As you can see, this plier is absolutely missing in this shot. Only the edge is visible. Here it is entirely visible. The edge of this table is also visible. And this is the macro mode. So you can see the difference in the macro. But in my honest opinion, with this shot, I can zoom into similar levels, but macro does the focusing a bit better if you are shooting a close-up. So yes, if you look at the text here in this region, you can figure out that this is a macro mode. And this is a bokeh, which I think it's not the ideal condition to test it, but nevertheless, it is working fine. When you click on this bokeh icon, you can refocus the shot, so you can change the depth of field. The rear object, as you can see, the red fidget spinner in this frame, it is changing, and you can refocus the shot. So that is also cool. You can change the depth of the field after taking the shot, so it is creating a nice, very aggressive bokeh effect, which is cool. And now let's also look at the selfies that we clicked. This one is normal picture, 32 megapixel, lot of detailing. I am impressed. You can see the hair strands, individual hair strands in this. So yeah, I need to comb better. Anyway, so it is capturing a lot of detail. The clarity in the image is phenomenal, and it's quite good when it comes to selfies. Talking of the performance, it gives you Snapdragon 665 octa-core chipset with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of memory. This is a fairly large battery of 4500 milliampere hour to give you a good amount of battery backup as well. So these are the major specifications of this phone, the major features, and I'll quickly demonstrate to you the face unlock as well as fingerprint unlock. So right now it is using face unlock. So let me try to move it away so that it's not looking at my face. Now I'll just power it on and looking at it, and it unlocked. And now let's keep it flat and try this scanner. So the fingerprint scanner is also doing a good enough job. As you can see, it is unlocking in half to 1 second, and the face unlock also does a good enough job. In terms of design, it does look quite nice, but do you think we would spend 20,000 rupees on this? I think it's a good enough buy for 20,000 rupees considering the specs, design, and the features. What are your thoughts? Do let us know in the comments section. If you want to buy one for yourself, I'm leaving Best Buy links in the description section. We like what we see here. It comes with good features, good specs, good set of cameras, and a good Super AMOLED display with under screen fingerprint scanner. Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. This is all we have on our quick unboxing and features overview of the Vivo S1 Pro. Do let us know, would you buy it or not? Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this video. Stay subscribed and press the bell icon. Thanks for watching.